My name is Gene Edwards. This is my good buddy who's not feeling so well, Mr. Sam Jackson, who is now a Kelowna resident. It's been a while since we've been doing these episodes. We've kind of been off and on. We'd take a couple weeks off and a couple weeks on. There's been a lot going on in his life, a lot going on in my life. We're separated by 2 weeks apart of moving from, well, Sammy from province to province and me moving from two little towns. How you doing, Sammy, other than feeling ill? And I'm going to try to keep it quick, but I still have a fair bit to talk about. I know that you want to kind of keep your talking down a little bit because of how you are feeling. But other than that, how did the move go? How did everything go?
Hey, I'm like you said, I'm doing fine. Otherwise, other than being sick, because naturally I have to. But move went well. No real hiccups. Long drive between Alberta and then here. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's been good. Just slowly settling back into living in the mountains again. So that's been good. But yeah.
Yeah, moving is something else because I can be honest with you. Last Sunday, I finally put my last box away.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
yeah, it takes a long time, and I dealt with my landlord last weekend, which right now is not going exactly according to plan, but
Well,
whatever. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, the season has started, Sammy.
yes, it
The
has.
NHL season for 2023-24 has started, and a few notable notes that we are going to get into about what we've seen this first week already. There's storylines already this week, Sammy. Only
Yes,
three
there
days
is.
into it, and there's storylines already, and some big storylines, including my
Yep.
Edmonton Oilers, which we will get into right away. Um, those of you probably will know what I'm talking about. Those of you who watch Lubed, I kind of basically had my vent already on that, but we're gonna do another revent because it was so frustrating. Okay, Sammy, let's 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 get into the Edmonton Oilers and what happened on on Wednesday night at the Rogers Arena in Vancouver. As the Edmonton Oilers absolutely got schooled, as the title says, in the home opener to the Canucks by a count of 8-1, which is one of the storylines. The other storyline is Brock Besser getting four goals. Hey, do you know if that score and win is still available? Did someone win 100 grand?
It's only if you score five.
I know, and I forgot. I couldn't mention the name. I couldn't remember his name on Lubed, but it was James Neal scored four shortly into his career with the Oilers, and they awarded him 100,000. They awarded someone 100,000 for four, and then 1 million for five.
Oh, really? I don't know
Yeah,
if they do the four goal thing anymore. I know it's five for 1 million, and then every goal, somebody gets a prize for every goal that the team scores.
yeah,
But
yeah, like a vacuum or whatever. But anyway,
yeah, blender.
that was one of them. The other thing was Thatcher Demko was probably feeling worse than you right now.
I probably.
Reports that he was actually pulled late in that game, and Rick Tocchet mentioned it post game that he actually puked in his mask. So I'm trying to weigh down what I witnessed there. I'm trying to decipher, analyze, dissect, whatever it may be, what I witnessed. And I can't explain it. I can't explain it. How you can have the two, arguably the two best players in the world on one team playing against a goalie who's not up to par because he's dealing with the flu, get absolutely hammered 8-1. Uh, Give me some more perspective, Sammy. I'm trying to still wrap my head around that horrible loss.
Well, you can either look at it as either Edmonton is not going to be as good as people thought, and Vancouver is going to be better than people thought, or it's just first game of the season. Edmonton had a bad game. Vancouver capitalized on it. Yes, Vancouver was sick. There were a number of guys who were sick. To me, as a Canucks fan, if Demko was able to play that good when he was sick, that makes me excited because how good is he going to be when he is completely healthy?
Mhm.
But also at the same time, I temper my expectations because it could just be a bad game for Edmonton,
Mhm.
right? And Vancouver could have just capitalized. Now, tonight, we don't have to wait very long to see the answer to that because there's a rematch tonight, which I know obviously you and I will be paying very close attention to, and I'm sure regardless of what happens, there's going to be some chirping back and forth. But we'll find out an answer tonight. Like, if Vancouver, I don't think they'll blow out Edmonton. I don't think Edmonton will blow out Vancouver either if Edmonton wins. But I think it'll be a much closer game. But if it does happen, say Vancouver even wins 4-0, 5-1, 5-2, there's going to be some questions towards Edmonton, and there's going to be some maybe other questions towards Vancouver of are they better than people pinned them to be, and is Edmonton not as good as people pinned them to be? So tonight's going to be it's going to be really interesting to view what happens with these two teams. It's going to be probably, in my opinion, probably the game of the night.
It very well could be. Matthias Ekholm is, I believe, playing. I didn't hear confirmation, but I know there was media availability of him. So if they're doing media availability, he's more than likely playing. That's
Hmm.
basically what I'm going off of. I didn't have time to actually watch his media availability today because, as you know, we wanted to try to get this out at 4:30, and unfortunately, I just couldn't even get that done because I was out helping mom in Kelowna and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then I finally got here and I had to get the graphics together. But yeah, we will see what's going to happen. But with Matthias Ekholm in recent years, and this goes back to when Duncan Keith was on the team. These defensemen bring a calming demeanor, and I think that uh, the Oilers won't hit that panic button because what I saw on Wednesday night, and it's rough for me, Sammy. Like I told my guys on Lubed that at least they can go, to work the next day and console each other. I had to go to work and get chirped by all my guys. It was
Yep.
not a fun day on Thursday, and I told you, I texted you saying I think I might be calling in sick. I did actually show up, but yeah, I got chirped on
I'm
quite a bit.
sure. I'm
So it
sure.
was lovely. So I'm hoping to watch a better game. Let's move on to what are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about the latest headlines that are in the news right now, Sammy. Um, as Arvidsson is on long-term IR now with a lower body injury. Werenski, he has a quad injury, out 1 to 2 weeks. Alfredson rejoins the Senators in a coaching role. Avs lock up defenseman Taves to a 7-year deal. Mexico City. When I saw this, I was like surprised. Mexico on the short lease for a future. Oh, for a future NHL game. Okay, I guess I should read it all. I I
Not
thought
not a team, just a game.
the Mexico. Yeah, I
Mexico City Coyotes.
yeah, might do. They might actually sell out though. And obviously the first goal for Bedard was a big relief. He did it, I think, quicker than McDavid. I know McDavid was 4 or 5 in when he scored his, and I got the actual score sheet on my wall here with my McDavid banner. But when he scored
Mm.
his first, when he tipped that shot in on Dallas there, and then Sabres sign Power to a 7-year deal. That's probably a good thing that they locked him up. So that's some of the news and notes. Uh, you were mentioning that there was a bit of news that came out of Columbus today. So go ahead, Sammy.
Well, this isn't really news as we've been used to with things revolving the Columbus Blue Jackets lately, but just as we know, Jonathan Quick was traded from Los Angeles to Columbus for like a day or two. Like it wasn't very long that he was there. Obviously, never played a game for them, but he was there for maybe like a day. And as such, Columbus played into the joke and the meme of him being a legend for Columbus, and they gave him a welcome back tribute in his game against the New York Rangers playing the Columbus Blue Jackets today. They gave him a welcome back tribute, which is pretty funny. It's nice to see that little bit of I don't know, comedic aspect to teams and to the NHL. So that was kind of funny to see today.
You said New York Rangers. So is he a Ranger now? He's no longer
He's the
Vegas?
backup. He's the
Oh.
backup to Shesterkin.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even know that. So yeah,
Hmm.
but that's kind of funny for them to kind of just do mention him in an honoring way and have him on the big screen and that. It
Yeah,
lightens
it's
the
pretty
mood a
funny.
little bit considering what Columbus has gone through in the last few weeks here with Babcock and that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Uh, okay. Let's get on to. Oh, there we go. I think it was just taking a while to load. Okay, so these are the current standings right now. Obviously, I know it's kind of a waste of time, but there is a few things that come out outstanding where Seattle has lost already their first
They're
two
0-2 to start. Yeah.
Florida as well. But this is how I'm doing this more as a layout of what to expect week to week of how we're going to do it. And we're going to discuss who jumped up and who jumped down. So I'm not even going to go through the standings here. I'm just going to show you the Western Conference. We quickly go into the Eastern Conference.
Well, it's nice to
And
see Vancouver has the best goal differential in the NHL. That's good to see.
they do. They definitely do. And the Oilers have the worst.
Yep.
So that's not nice to see. So there you go with that. And then we'll also dive into, like I say, we're not going to dive into too much, but you'll dive into your point leaders and who's doing what and well, yeah, we'll go on like that. Um so we'll go on to I think that's pretty much a wrap, Sammy. We don't need to really talk too much. I know you're not feeling well, so I want to kind of keep this short and sweet. But that is your standings and stats going as of today. I think getting into next week, we're starting to get a little bit more real.
Yep.
We're starting to see a little bit of separation between teams and that, and who we can start seeing. Hey, this team is looking good. This team is a bit of a surprise. All right, Sammy. I'm going to do the honors tonight because you are definitely not feeling well. And like I said, I wanted to keep this short and sweet because we got some hockey to watch. We got a big game to watch tonight as the Oilers Canucks play the second of a back to back in, I was going to say Vancouver, in Edmonton at the Rogers Place. If the Oilers have another outing like they had on Wednesday, I can honestly see some prime jerseys being thrown on the ice. Prime green jerseys. So let's hope that that doesn't happen. Anyway, guys, Sammy, you want to just say a quick thing about heading out, and then we'll log off.
Sure. Yeah. Just thanks to whoever tunes in and whoever watches this. We're two guys that enjoy talking about hockey, and we're extremely excited for the NHL season to start. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be a fun ride.
and I promised you I'd keep you short on that. So as always, guys, if you like the content me and Sammy bring, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Please pass on the word of mouth if you like what we bring. We enjoy doing this, so this is just something we're going to continue doing regardless of subscribers or not. It's just a fun thing for me and Sam to do. Also, I do my other channel on the Edmonton Oilers, exclusively on the Edmonton Oilers, called Lubed. Check that out every Sunday and Wednesday. Well, floating Wednesday, because sometimes I'll do it on Tuesday or Thursday like I did this week, because there's no reason to do an episode on Wednesday when no games were played. That's about all I got. Sammy, enjoy the game tonight.
Yes,
Um,
sir. I hope so.
I'm hoping I'm chirping you tonight, man.
We'll
I
see.
am hoping. Okay, guys, you take care. We will see hopefully next week. Sammy, are we good for next week? Is there
Should be.
should be? Okay, let's do it next week. All right, guys, we'll talk soon.